Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Deadbeat Dungeons and Dragons. We're doing a little bit of like a end of year wrap up. This is our last thing that we're gonna post before we all have a bit of a much needed break.
Much needed.
Much needed. We've been slaving over a hot podcast studio for a whole year.
And you might say that after the wrap up next year, we might be unwrapping the gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Christmassy
I'm
as.
not
Yeah,
sure
you're
how
getting-
the analogy goes.
I guess because we're going to be unwrapping a whole new arc, baby.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hot stuff.
Are you-
Kicking off.
Is someone getting gifts for us? Are we getting gifts?
No.
I was going to bring you candy
thought about
canes
it.
because I bought so many mini candy canes to go on our Christmas tree and realized they're not the individual, like they're not wrapped around the curve. They're all in little square packets. So I'm like, how do I get these on my tree? Like,
That's the most
What?
low rent candy cane.
and
I've
I
heard
have
of.
so many of them. I
That's
just put them in
so
a bucket by my
poor.
door. I was like, please, like, trick or treat candy canes from me. Someone.
Wait, you just put a bucket of candy canes outside your house?
It's inside.
Oh, inside.
Yeah, I don't want ants.
Wait, so how are people supposed to get in there? Are you wanting them to break
As
in?
people enter my house, I will like stand over them and force them to
Stand over them.
to eat
Wow,
them.
that's scary.
And then take them with them as well. I was going to bring you guys some because I was like, I could get these.
That would be a good way to get rid of
That
some.
sounds like the person who first came up with the scam of candy canes, how their mentality was.
You're gonna love it, I promise. Eat it.
Somebody had like
Sure.
a warehouse of just peppermint, and they were like, fuck, how do I get
Yeah.
rid of
And they're like,
this?
what's hot right
Like,
now?
I've never
Like,
like,
an
Jesus.
elf tricked me.
Yeah.
I've never enjoyed eating a candy cane.
No,
So no,
But
I
I've
like
eaten a
No one
lot of
has.
them.
So that's where the little ones are, and like you can go through it fast, and you don't feel like obligated to deal with half of one that you haven't finished.
Yeah.
Because
You-
you just
it's
get
a-
sick of a whole one.
You want it to
It's
be
a
over
bad
quickly.
sign.
Yeah.
That's a
You're like,
bad
this is
sign
fun.
for candy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like make it like Sour Patch Kids or something. You know? Imagine.
Yeah,
like,
highly
the-
Christmassy.
Yeah.
They might have red and green ones.
that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
shit! Like, have you got like those long snakes
Yeah,
Christmas snakes?
that'd
and
be
Christmas
just
good.
snakes.
wrapped them around like tinsel?
Yeah.
That's the move.
They're
And then
good.
Yeah.
you get them on the tree, and there's the whole like bring the Jesus imagery, like Jesus,
Snake.
you know, the
Oh,
snake
about
on the
Adam
tree.
and shit.
Christianity may be Jesus, no.
Yeah, the baubles and the other apples.
Yeah.
The angel is Jesus. All this
Also,
stuff.
up top, I just want to say, I have had quite a bit to drink.
Yeah.
Listeners, I might
And
sound
that-
a little bit drunk, and you might be thinking that I've said that quite a lot at the start of these episodes, and that is not indicative of me having a drinking problem.
Thursdays
I
is just
assure you.
drinking day.
Sure, Thursday is drinking day.
At his work.
Sometimes Wednesdays too, and Fridays. Anyway,
It's the happiest season of all.
it is. So what do we do? Well, I guess I thought it would be nice to just have a super lax episode where we just talk about some of our highlights from the pod this year.
Okay.
And also, you might notice, listener, that Tom isn't here. And that's because he had to
Huh?
leave for Christmas
What?
early. Wait, you're not Tom,
No,
Joel?
I tricked you.
Fuck.
Joel,
Joel.
you're not Tom.
That's all I've got for Tom. Huh?
I thought it would
Yeah,
be
it's like,
funny to call
what?
him.
Yeah.
Because he might be in the middle of like a Christmas, like a family dinner or something.
It's 6:51, so he's probably still in his room playing Dota 2.
Yeah. He loves Dota 2.
Yeah. And his mum's like knocking on the door, like, please come out, like your relatives are coming here.
Oh, come on.
Like they came here, they want to see you. You know.
He's like, no, I'm grinding for plat, Mom. Shut the fuck up.
Mom.
I want some more mac and cheese.
Everyone's
classic
worried
Tom.
about you.
Everyone's worried. We just wanted to say that we love you. Shut up.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
I don't understand why my 6-year-old is as ornery as Tom.
Is your 6-year-old like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's playing a word game on his phone. iPad, and he's all.
Oh,
Shit.
That's a concern.
I don't think I don't think he'll pick up. I gotta be honest. I think it's probably
We're ringing
busy.
him.
Maybe send him a message.
Nah, I think it's funnier to just call him.
It is funny to call him.
It is like peak like dinner time. So he
Hi, it's Thomas. Just send as I can't.
Hold on, it could be a scam. It could be
Thomas.
him just doing the voice.
wait, okay, let's
Tone.
leave him a message.
Yeah.
We wish
You
you
a
a Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Feliz Navidad. Da, 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 da. Feliz Navidad. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Feliz
Navidad.
Navidad.
Oh,
Prospero
Navidad.
año de felicidad.
All right.
What are you saying?
Well, have a Merry Christmas, Tom.
I wanna wish you.
Oh, now I'm on board. That one's actually
Yeah.
good.
I wanna wish
So now it's
you a
in English.
Merry
Holy.
Christmas.
I wanna. Yeah, good stuff. All right. Well, Tom didn't pick up. He could be kidnapped. He could be. Yeah,
Having
who knows
dinner.
what's happened to him?
But that's all right, because through the magic of post-production,
yeah.
Tom will be with us somehow.
somehow.
And now you have to make that happen.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do that because I only have. When do I leave? I leave day after tomorrow. And I got to edit all this shit before then.
No, we're going to keep referencing how you're going to do it.
Yeah.
So you
Fuck.
do
to
what
force
happens.
you to do it.
But I have to. But I have to keep grinding my Worms Armageddon speedrun time down.
Yeah.
That's the real Christmas miracle.
What time are
And
you
that
at
you're
now?
talking about your dick.
I haven't even done a full run yet. It's
okay.
it's kind of hard. Yeah. But I've got some pretty good times, pretty good splits for the first like 6 missions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, saying that you're gonna grind your worms Armageddon.
totally
That's
fine.
pretty
And
funny.
Gotta grind my worm.
It also
Yeah.
gives some emotional context behind it, like
Yeah.
in Armageddon. This is
Yeah.
an aggressive grind.
Well, it's like after No Nut November, it's Destroy Dick December. So,
Is that what it is?
yeah.
Oh.
It's Armageddon.
Is that what it is right now?
That's what it is right now. Right this second. Note that down, Torben. Okay, also before we do I guess what this episode actually is, Torben really sprung some weird shit on us again.
Yeah, I really
Do
need
you want
some
to
serious
provide
help.
context for this?
Yeah.
So basically, I've got a Christmas tradition with my family where we eat rice pudding with almonds in it,
Okay.
and everyone gets a bowl, and the person who's got a whole almond wins, and we play it every year.
I love this.
Yeah,
It's so awesome.
it's a little Christmas tradition. I'm in a different city from my family, so I need one of you to film me eat this mug of rice pudding.
Okay.
Pudding.
Is it a case
I'm happy
like
to do that.
everybody does this and one person has a thing?
Yeah.
Do you know
Okay.
what? I suspect that I was not supposed to pour the entire contents of that container in.
Why?
Because it makes sense if you're looking for a single thing and not like, and you have to eat like a whole can of rice pudding just to find this
Yeah.
Yeah,
piece of
that's the
almond or
whole.
this-
That's
Usually-
the whole
like-
point.
Usually it's more rice pudding than that.
Yeah, the ratio
you
was
skimped
off.
on the
This is
rice
a
pudding.
high protein snack. The
Yeah.
carbs are on too. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and you may have said that and I just zoned out, but for clarity, you don't know what is in the thing,
No.
like, and because Rachel put all this together,
Yeah, I
for
know
you,
it's
you
different.
just handed it off,
clue what's in
Torben
there.
is scared and afraid.
It could be anything.
and they change it up every year.
No, it's always almonds and rice.
I love this.
Usually there's a nice little like strawberry sauce and chocolate shavings on top as well, and that's the good part. But yeah. Okay.
I'm,
But
so
you're
I'm
getting
willing
the-
to talk Christmas food. Oh,
Okay, have
So-
you previously won this in the past?
I have won in the past.
Oh, how
I
many
think it
times
was
have
about
you won?
what do you
12
Yeah.
years ago.
12 years.
Yeah.
How did that
Daniel.
feel?
It was great. We celebrated. If you win, you get marzipan chocolate. So I'm hoping to bring that home.
Oh,
Yeah.
yum! Like
Okay.
the dark
So
chocolate.
let's do.
I'm-
I'm just going to do a sound
What?
check as
I'm
well.
recording. Yeah, sound check.
Trigger warning.
ASMR.
ASMR.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sure
okay.
that that's
Yeah,
just
but-
going to be horrendous to edit.
You're just gonna hear clunk, slurps.
I'm hoping to get some nice like mac and cheese stirring sounds in it.
What's great is that
No, you need a
can
fork for that,
pair
sorry.
the video from this with the recording, and so you'll have like a really high quality audio
Okay.
to send to your family.
Great, thank you. Okay, so now I'm gonna eat this whole thing.
Do you need me to get in with a close?
Oh,
Do you need an
yeah,
ECU on
sure.
this?
Yeah, Joel, get in there as our fucking camera guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. This is good. This is good socials content too. God, this is okay. So Torben has started to eat this rice pudding.
So how do you know when you get the whole almond? Are you feeling through every mouthful? Mm-hmm. Okay. You're like, it's going to take an hour.
I've done this hundreds of times.
Oh,
He's
or
a
not.
fucking
He's
pro.
a pro. He's got it.
His, the 1,000 hours rule. That's you've got that for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. is a master of the craft of eating rice pudding with almonds in it and feeling for one that is whole.
I also didn't.
You use
I
way
didn't-
too much teeth when you eat the rice creamy pudding as well.
did-
It's like a soft food.
No, not anymore.
Well, I guess
There's a
so.
lot of texture
but,
in that bowl.
But like,
Hang on, don't make him joke.
Yeah, don't die, Torben.
You do this. This is actually really hard.
I'll speed run you at this. What are your splits? We're at 140 right now. That's pretty slow, man, for a pro.
100 times.
We got a whole episode to record after this.
And then you go do. Okay, there's another part to this game that I don't tell you guys
It's a
about.
real fucking mukbang.
It's really deep.
I love the angle that Joel's got on this. He's got a real like high
down,
angle
yeah.
on this. Getting a lot of forehead.
You're on the side angle.
This is great audio.
The
Torben, the
bit much.
teeth. Can I
Yeah.
hear that on the mic? Just teeth on metal and almond.
We need that extreme close up.
Oh, this is my highlight of the year. I know mine already.
So the other part is that you sometimes you pretend if you have the almond because you want to fuck with the other people, right?
You go,
like,
oh shit.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
That's nothing.
that's
I think.
fun.
Yeah.
Well, you should do a bit of that for the camera,
Okay.
for your family, because they might think that you have it, right?
Yeah, especially now that we've said that.
Oh God. God, no, seriously.
Oh shit, he's choking.
I know we were just joking about it, but I think I actually got it.
Wait, really? Yes, he's the master of the craft.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think I've got it.
Holy.
I don't think I need to finish the rest.
Wait, yeah.
Wait, you don't need proof? You
I-
just say.
Well, like I guess I might as well eat the rest of this, but I got it.
Wait,
I-
are you-
it's in my mouth. so-
Torben, is this like? Are you trying to
Wait,
scam
have
your
you- have
family
you,
out of
like-
hundreds of dollars? I assume there's a.
Marzipan?
I assume,
No,
yeah.
it's probably like $8 max. Maybe
No,
15
I assume they go
depending on
big for
Are
Christmas.
you talking about like it's either the red or the blue log? And it's kind of foiled and it's like long
Log.
and flat and it's either milk or
Crazy
dark
that
chocolate?
log is used in like food.
Or is this like a homemade
So
marzipan?
much.
There's
There's not that much though, right?
I don't know. Maybe the mug makes it seem bigger.
Oh, I guess
Yeah.
you've got the almonds mixed in too.
Yeah, that's why I said it's dense. Have you like pouched? Have you pouched it?
Where did you
Right,
find it?
feeling through. Mm.
I just found the whole almond from before.
Oh, I see.
No, I didn't get it.
So, are your family gonna watch this before they do their own,
Oh,
or
no, I imagine they're gonna put it on a projector.
oh, like a while? But you're gonna take 1,000 years longer than they are, probably, because
4 minutes.
we're at 4:30. Yeah,
We're a 4-minute video.
this is like my phone's gonna die. It's gonna.
Instagram will not accept this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut this up into. We're gonna milk this for like 40 clips.
They're not gonna watch the whole thing, I assume. Or we can just speed it up like times.
Time
10.
lapse.
Time lapse that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could edit it like really nice.
Oh,
Yeah, get in there really close.
it's a final couple spoonfuls.
Oh, the teeth.
What did you guys do at podcasting today, Rachel? Well, let me tell you.
I'm sorry.
The closest we
Oh,
got
that's
to
a
this
good
I
kind
like
of
the
angle.
low
thing-
angle, yeah.
It's a
It makes
really
me
good
appear
angle.
more like high status.
Yeah, you're like
yeah.
powerful.
I don't
You're-
want to look low status when I'm eating this.
it's kind of actually it's kind of erotic. Your family probably doesn't want to think about it in that way, but
No. Get his feet in the pic. Yeah, then you
Don't
put it on
actually
Wiki
get
feet.
get the
Yeah.
Wait, why are you doing a slow pan to maybe?
Because that's the money shot.
Oh, this is like a cosplay transition. Like it's me, right?
And then you come back up and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, and then
You're
you're like
gonna-
Santa.
Oh, that's fun.
That's fun.
Oh, that's a bit of fun.
Alright, I'm almost finished. And I'm done.
Nice, good job. Wow, congrats.
done.
I assume
Yay.
you didn't
Yay.
find the almond.
No, I found it.
You found it.
I'll just have to. What do I say? Shout out to the Clawsons. It was a big L for me today, but I'm happy to represent the team out here in Wellington. And best of luck, Merry Christmas, everyone.
That was very fun. We should probably do we should probably do the episode, huh?
I have 2 missed calls, a text, a messenger message, and a WhatsApp from my mum telling me that I need to send her this video.
Is that happening right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is
fine.
a real-time situation.
I'll send you the fucking thing.
You better participate.
Well, that's all we have time for. Thank you very
All right,
much.
Right.
Email the show at deadbeatdnd.
Please email us.
No, well, so I thought let's just, year in review. Let's just talk about like what even we recorded this year. I mean, we finished off the Underdark arc, and like the Fae and all of that stuff, and then we left.
Hold on. Did we start this year?
No, we started last August, I think.
No, yeah, we've been going for over a year now.
Yeah.
Did we do like a recap? I don't know. Like, how far do we need to start as opposed to?
I'm just
what we
thinking just
ended?
this year. I'm just thinking mostly like talking about like, we don't have to talk about the campaign too much
No.
because we already kind of
So-
talked about that.
Yeah, so
but
we
like
completed a second arc, right?
finished the second arc and then we did a ton of like Deadbeat Dungeons and a ton of
RPG horror
RPG
stories.
horror story stuff.
We did Inspectors.
Inspectors
Did we do
miniseries.
the first one this year as well? Or was that last year? That one we had banked for a while.
That released like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yes.
Oh yeah. Yes, we
Yeah,
released
yeah,
it this
yeah.
year, and then we did the whole quiz series. Torben.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not really a series, but...
Well,
more of
you
like
know,
a
because
fun-
we did it at like
Yeah.
on 4 different eps, I think.
Yeah.
Those were just times that Torben
No, hang on.
ambushed us with quizzes
3 different
in
eps.
other episodes.
I still have a banked. I say banked because it's not recorded, but like
So-
bad
Pre-banked.
word, pre-planned quiz for Torben, but it's I could change it to be anything.
Well, this is a little sizzle for those out there, but we're potentially thinking about doing a
Revenge quiz.
a revenge quiz episode.
What?
What?
Huh?
You,
Nothing, Torben.
You wouldn't.
No.
On you? Not at all.
We also did
And
the
embarrass
Sonic.
you on the internet?
You wouldn't do that on me.
We did the Sonic game book,
Oh my god,
Yeah.
which was
Did.
just like brutal.
it was so tense.
That was fun.
That was fun. I did enjoy doing that. I enjoyed the first few. The last one we recorded was actually punishing.
Yeah,
Because we were
I-
stuck in that maze for
Oh
like
my God.
40
Yes.
minutes in real time.
I
Yeah.
wanted to go home.
Yeah.
I was done.
Everyone
yeah.
was like getting really wound
We
up.
were in the mind of Sonic at that stage.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we were
Yeah.
following his descent
Oh.
into insanity.
Do you remember?
After- yeah,
You remember? Cool Knack Nick?
Yeah.
yeah.
How could I forget?
Yeah, he was so hot. We had sort of like an on-off, crush with him.
Yeah, it's always the bad boys. I think that kind of,
There's a
make you
whole
excited.
there's a whole set of women who are just into Disney villains.
Yeah,
I'm aware
Yeah.
of it.
yeah,
I believe that.
that's a common. Well, like I know, like
It's not quite
Scar is
bad
like a
boys,
common
worse
like
than that. Yeah.
first crush.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
kind of like he's like a hunk, right? Like he's a classic hunk Scar.
Well, isn't he like more
Gay.
of like a
He's gay.
twink type?
Is
sort
Scar
of-
gay?
Yeah.
The character.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Go back.
I'd-
Go back and watch it again.
Wait, is he
I don't
actually?
know
Because
if that's
queer-
canon.
Yeah, maybe queer coded.
yeah, no.
I don't know if
yeah,
he's
I don't know if
canonically
Disney would
gay.
make it.
Like
I
that-
don't think Scar is canonically
the
a
origin,
fucking
the
bottom.
origin movie's coming out. Like
He may have to come out at
Oh,
some stage.
We'll have
Yeah,
to,
he might
we'll
have
have to
to.
wait for the live action
Mm-hmm.
film
yeah, for the
before we
action,
can.
yeah. That would add a lot of depth to the character. I think
Yeah.
put
Well, I
some
mean-
like queer commentary in there.
Oh well, our series has been littered here and there with Hogwarts and that world, that magic world's little bits and pieces, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm just going to add a sprinkle like the whole Dumbledore being gay. Why is that relevant? Do you know what I mean?
What do you
why is it
mean?
relevant?
You
The
just-
character's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
like
not,
That,
yeah.
it doesn't come across in the books or the movies, but so why does that have to be canon? Just because the author said it's the case? It's just weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
guess
drop that in
so.
there.
I don't know.
I
don't know
like
that-
Only
has
because
much
it's
to
relevant
do
to the
with-
stuff we've sprinkled in over time.
I agree, but I do think that being able to magic away pieces of shit on the ground, that is relevant.
Yeah, now we're
And
talking.
So that has to stay canon.
That's important, and that's
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, you know, these are questions that needed to be answered about these are things that people
world.
wanted to know about the world of J.K. Rowling's.
But what-
Finally,
imagination.
J.K. Rowling is brave enough.
Yeah.
What do you mean magic shit away from the
She's
ground?
kinda
I don't
my
remember
hero.
what he's talking about.
Oh,
as
like
in
part
reference-
one of the things, part of her ramblings at some stage was that the wizards like use their magic to get rid of shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so they're
Wait,
like
do
walking
they
along.
destroy
Oh,
shit?
don't want to stand in that doo doo. Bye bye.
Yeah, they wouldn't guardian.
Well, not
Leviosa.
their own, you know, like they
Did-
don't have toilets and stuff. Apparently, I don't
Wait,
know. It's
so
all
what do
just,
they do?
It's all just. I just don't even like.
Look,
No, they
don't,
have
don't
running
question
water.
me like I've read this like
They have running
properly.
water.
Okay.
That's canon.
that I haven't just heard this from other people.
And there are
Right.
specifically toilets mentioned in the Harry Potter books.
Well, yeah, there's like canonically, like there are many scenes where they have toilets, but this isn't like pre.
Well, the toilets.
Joel, you're gonna
are-
pull up the tweets?
the toilets have been
Oh,
haunted
no, I'm just
by
looking at my
ghosts.
phone for no reason.
No, because I
They've
think it's,
evolved past the need for toilets. They discovered the spell that vaporizes shit.
exactly. God.
They just don't need to go in there anymore.
yeah.
Anyway, bringing it back to the podcast.
They don't even need to wash their hands.
Torben just can't wait till we get to that point.
What point?
Torben hates washing his hands.
I do
and
actually.
he hates going to the toilet.
In our work bathroom, this is actually really relevant. I lodged an issue ticket for the hand dryer to get fixed
Really?
2 months ago.
Holy, and they
Yeah,
haven't fixed it.
still not fixed. It's got that little notice on it that says parts coming.
Did you put a
Dude, your
P1 in?
Work sucks.
No, it's not a P1.
There you
Yeah, you
go.
gotta
It's a
escalate that
Poo,
priority.
poo.
I mean, it does make
Poo
sense
one.
there would be a
It's a
P2.
P2.
Yeah. So it has been revealed by JK that Hogwarts didn't always have toilets. Hogwarts didn't always, in quotes, Hogwarts didn't always have bathrooms. Before adopting Muggle plumbing methods in the 18th century, witches and wizards simply relieved themselves wherever they stood and then vanished the evidence.
What?
What?
See,
What?
and this is stuff that needs to be canon.
Well, see,
Yeah.
okay, now this is the interesting thing about that is that the whole Chamber of Secrets situation is that it's connected to the plumbing.
Yeah.
You know, the entry to the Chamber of Secrets is connected to the plumbing, and essentially that's the big route for the basilisk, right? But where does it go? Into big caverns under the school that aren't full of shit. No,
Oh.
they're just full of bones from what the basilisk
and they
was
should,
eating.
somebody should have suspected, because why do you need all this? Because we know what you used to do with your shit.
Yeah.
People don't just change their ways and start saying, you know what,
Yeah,
I think I'm going to
that-
use this
Let's
mechanism.
just use this random coincidence. Like when we used to just vanish away our leavings, so to speak,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And yet we're going to use a pipe that's here when we install Muggle technology. Why is this pipe already here?
Guys, this
No
is,
one was asking
this
any
is,
Follow
questions.
the
There's a
poop.
conspiracy,
This is
obviously.
a hot button discussion topic from 2018. So we got we're
18.
right on the cutting edge
That's the first
of
time
the
I've heard
Twitter
that quote.
sphere.
I really think,
X fair.
just to add another thing onto this,
Okay, go on.
But yeah, piggyback on this.
I wonder if, so, you know how, like, a lot of our culture, or, I don't know, I'm not an anthropologist at all, but, like, you know, we like to, cultures, like, based around hygiene in a way. Like, that's why we have, like, rituals to bury the
Civilization.
dead and stuff, is because it's, like, otherwise the diseases and stuff will get us.
Yeah, I like this.
So, that when you
And where you
poo...
bury them and where you cook, prepare your food. And grow your
Exactly.
food and stuff.
So
yeah.
when we poo, we don't have people watch or be around us because that's unhygienic. Like that's the real like underlying cultural reason.
Yes,
but if you can just
that-
make it,
we all do it like that,
yeah.
correct?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know because like Rome, they had like the
Like you'd shit
the
beside
trough
each other,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you pee
they,
beside
and
each
they
other
were
now, yeah.
highly civilized in terms of plumbing.
This doesn't really have legs, then, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I was gonna say,
No,
I
keep
wonder-
going. Yeah.
I
Yeah, dig
wonder
your
if,
big hole
when
and then
you
poo in it.
if you're like in a circle with like 8 other wizards and then you just shit where you're standing and you just vanish the other way, would they look at you weird? Like if you've been doing it for thousands of years that way, or would it
Yeah,
just
they
be
would if
like,
you were constipated. So you're standing and you're like, just trying to get it out. Because after all, those wizards feast, they're like well catered,
I can't
I
tell if
would
Dumbledore is just really thinking hard.
or just taking a heavy one.
Yeah.
And the
I would love to
Dropping
move
one.
on.
the
from
also
this.
Okay, we'll move on from the scat chat.
I
Do you
would
want?
love.
Do you want to
move
put a
on.
pin in this so we can bring it up?
We
later?
can bring it back.
I feel like
at
it has to come
the-
back.
they're also
Some
standing
gold
up
here.
while they poo.
Yeah, you can't do that. That doesn't. That's not.
Baby
I don't think
Zoic.
that's not good for your spine.
That's not ergonomic. Yeah.
I don't know.
But I will say, the snake being in the plumbing, brown snake.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
it
that's
all
so
adds up.
smart. Yeah.
And Zed always takes it too far.
Yeah. So,
Moving on.
goodness gracious.
Okay,
now all
what
I can
else?
think about is Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Yeah. But no, I guess what's everybody's like favorite like episode that we did this year, or like favorite like thing that they remember?
From the podcast.
Yeah.
Um,
Or from Harry Potter canon. One of the two.
well, let me think.
I did try and think about this before now. I mean, I found as frustrating as the maze situation was with Sonic, incredibly frustrating. The collective buy-in from everyone involved was pretty cool, and
Yeah.
like the outrage at the end.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, because
Beautiful.
it ended with us. See, he was like, we fucked up too many times, and he was like, we've got another option for you. And then he's like, you can go through my maze, and we
Yeah.
were just like,
Fuck
and the options, we literally were given the options: turn to this page, or turn to this page to
To quit.
It was like, if you've had enough or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were like, yeah, we've had enough.
We've had enough. Enough is enough.
Enough
was
is
the
enough.
thing.
Done. We're
Enough's
done.
enough. And
Enough
then
is enough.
and then it was like kind of a happy ending.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like Tails was just, the roboticizing just wore off.
It was only temporary. Nothing mattered.
Yeah,
you're
so-
like, are you freaking kidding?
We went through the maze for nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah.
Sonic's just grabbing Tails by the collar. Do you understand what I've been through?
Yeah.
Their relationship was never.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't go back to how things were.
No.
Yeah. No, that was fun.
That was great. My favorite episode was when I cried laughing more than I've ever had in my life at the thought of us three, the gnome laddie. Was it the
Illuminomi.
Illuminomi, sorry. With,
Yeah.
with the ability to teleport a very short distance once a day. That cracked me up.
That was so fucking
That whole
funny.
episode was great. Yeah.
There was really recently there was like a thing that made you guys laugh a lot. Oh, it was the helicopter being a tragic
Yeah.
accident and not related to the plot.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Illuminomi was definitely like an old time moment.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the audience also thinks so.
Yeah. Well, that's okay if they don't, because that was my special.
I will say that was
Special thing.
a really fun episode in general. That was the market episode. And that
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
like
It's
that
really
whole.
rich. Lots of great visualizations from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. And lots of cool activities.
Oh,
Oh.
we're getting some
Ooh, that
support up in
sounds-
here.
Open and support.
Oh, Christmassy.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
it was-
Joel's got a Christmas tradition where he has to drink an entire bottle of port.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
we
I used
send
to-
the video to his
I used to work
family.
in a wine shop. know that?
You
You
did?
used to work at a
Yeah.
wine shop.
Yeah.
What's a wine shop? Like a
A shop that sells wine.
Okay, don't make me sound
There you go.
stupid.
Yeah.
Like a liquor
And,
store or like
no,
a
no.
vineyard?
So it was like a boutique chocolate and wine shop, and
Oh,
they
okay.
sold this. Winslow's, I think it was. It's like a New Zealand company, I think, and they had this port
that
that
port?
tasted like all things Christmas. Like it was spiced, it was incredible. Like it tasted like Christmas pudding.
Wow.
And I bought a couple of bottles that year to give as gifts because it was so good. It's the kind of one where you just kind of like take tiny sips because you're like, oh, Christmassy.
Yum. It's so
Yeah,
good.
so I've got good memories
Nice.
of that.
I always have a problem. Was this like a red?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have problems with reds. So the same way I have problems with flavored teas is
Tannin?
they have such great smell,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the taste is not like how they smell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Like,
you
it's
want to
still
go
good,
for
but
a
it's-
more full-bodied baby. Yeah, then they're really punchy. Yeah, if you go for something that's too like thin, it's more of a letdown.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Go
but
for like a
I'm
go
nodding
for like
my
a
head.
Central Otago. Yeah, or like a Bordeaux.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is good advice. You used to work in a little wine shop.
I did. Do you know Ralph used to be a sommelier?
Sommelier.
Yeah, I
Is
that how
did
you
know
say
that,
that?
but I guess I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
It seems so.
So he can
Discordant.
like critique my advice.
Yes. And
But
and our audience is all familiar with Ralph.
Yeah,
Ralph?
they all,
Yeah,
they all know
yeah,
our friend
okay.
Ralph.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
listen
yeah.
to the podcast Moon Boot by Bass Drum Comedy.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
must do. U
Yes,
umlaut,
that one's
U
still
umlaut,
active.
N
Yeah, could be.
BOOT. Oh, yeah.
Go listen to that backlog.
It's true.
It's a lot of it.
Actually, that's something. Like Deadbeats has been crushing it in terms of getting the releases out. Because these are thick episodes. That's something we like. We have not glazed Zed enough because he's done some scandalous things as a DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean,
lest
only that one
we
thing where he
forget.
promised that our
Face paint gate.
Yeah.
face paint game.
Scandal
I needed
noted.
to mention
Face
it.
paint game.
I wanted Tom to mention it as one of his highlights of the year because it was
Yeah.
his thing that he just hammered over and over again about how upset he
Yeah.
was about it, and it just became like this running thing.
Tom
which
does
I
not
love.
let me forget
Chef's kiss.
stuff.
When you brought up that the market episode was like a good episode,
Yeah, that's true. I forgot
you
it's
opened,
a-
that you
Yeah.
opened it.
I was
the same.
really,
Precedent
I
set.
kept that deep down inside because I know that it's not healthy to bring that back up. But it just, if we're talking about it, then I would like to talk about it.
Yeah, it's a shame that we segued from you said glazing me. and
No,
then
let's-
to
no, let's
the
move on. Let's
face
move on.
paint
Yeah.
Situation
But,
again.
but go on, Joel. You were saying, I think you were talking about the success of the podcast
The
this year.
success. Well, hold on. Let's not go too far.
No,
That
saying
might be
we had
Whoa.
stretching it.
Like, yeah,
considerable
I mean,
growth.
we've all seen the numbers. It's,
We are all rich as fuck now.
Yeah.
no, but it is like these are long episodes that we record, or maybe on brand for a Dungeons and Dragons podcast, RPG podcast. But yeah, it's kind of with there's got a little bit of assistance, but you do a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of like editing and and making the whole thing go.
Absolutely, you do.
And also, this guy's drunk so much of the
I'm-
time. It's crazy that
I'm
he gets
saying-
anything done.
I'm such a high functioning alcoholic. It's crazy.
No.
but
no.
like you've been banging these out.
Thank you. I do. Yeah, I am uncomfortable with praise, but I do very much appreciate it. It is a ton of work. Those main episodes, and I mean that's part of that's like the biggest choke point in terms of like us being able to release them as often as we would like. But it's editing those big episodes is fucking. It's crazy. It's a lot. It takes ages.
Oh, do you know, I realize that there is something that needs to be said on record, which is that it sounds like I was disparaging a particular TV host,
Who?
Jonathan Ross.
What'd you say
But
about
then
him?
I text Zed to be like, no, I meant this other guy, and gave him the name of that guy,
Yeah.
and it
I
never
left
got
it in.
edited.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like I'm defaming a perfectly fine and unproblematic TV host.
What-
Yeah,
why'd
that's
you-
fine.
Sorry, Jonathan Ross.
It's
it
not
wasn't
exactly-
you.
it's
I just
not-
got the name wrong. I meant this other guy.
It's not exactly gonna take his career down.
No, it could take down my pitiful little tiny baby wee
Yeah.
career.
The Jonathan Ross.
Yeah,
things
we
that
want
come out of the
this-
woodwork.
Yeah.
that we
The
want.
Rossies.
Yeah, it's the Rossies
like
that come to me.
The
Oh,
Swift
no.
equivalents.
Yeah.
It's attention. We want, at this point in our growth.
Oh, so
Ah.
NTR is good publicity. Yeah,
It's
okay,
drama.
yeah.
Drama,
Actually, yeah,
drama.
it's-
Familiar with that?
It's actually really good that you have beef with Jonathan Ross. Like we can
Yeah.
leverage that.
Okay, cool. Let me get on X and like.
Yeah.
You know, I've
Truth Social.
I've signed up twice to Twitter when it was called Twitter, and like I don't think I ever posted anything. It was just to like follow, like get info from people I was
Yeah.
interested in, and then I forgot what my username was, whatever, both times because
Yeah.
I just never used it.
I do think a platform like that, it would be very good for, it would just be good to be able to be like, post about the podcast, also post like Q&As when, like,
And get feedback.
for questions when we do want to do a Q&A episode and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. X is just a nightmare. Blue Sky has grown
Yeah,
rapidly, so
yeah.
maybe we'll get on there. we're
So on the subject of marketing and getting the word out.
yes.
Okay. For 2025,
Yes.
what's the big stunts we're gonna do to get
Oh,
Deadbeats in the news?
it's a great question.
In the
Well,
news.
In the news?
But
Oh.
so for one,
Yeah.
we're just gonna go harder on Jonathan Ross.
Yeah. No, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Really hard on Jonathan Ross. He is a fucking bad guy. That's the thing. That's what people don't realize enough. And Rachel, you have a lot of thoughts on that. You know, why don't you pop off on Jonathan Ross? He's such a creep, right? He's just
no, the
he's
other
just
guy.
perving
Oh
on.
my gosh. Oh.
Jonathan
even-
Ross filmed me in the showers. What?
You know,
What?
speaking
Who
of
said that? That's terrible.
Joel. I had no
Conan
idea.
O'Brien was on Shortland Street while he was here. Yeah, he was on an episode of Shortland Street, which is just like crazy.
That's a solid get.
Yeah, yeah, well, no, because he was. I assume it has something to do with the travel show he's doing, because he was here recently participating in the world's biggest market and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, he's
I mean, I know Stephen Colbert is all about New Zealand.
He's,
Yeah, he's a hardcore.
they don't get that. Except for.
John Oliver.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, that is fine then. Yeah. That is better.
Are you just giving credence to the entire American politics system?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like kind of fucked
yeah.
up
I
that.
think if you should be able to pay.
These are all just satire. Satire hosts. are they
He
not?
lobbied a bird election with money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he might be a US citizen now. John Oliver. I think he is.
A citizen.
Get him out of there. Kick
Not-
him
Yeah,
out.
he
Not
considers
mine,
himself
Yeah.
the US is his home, New York. You know?
No shot will ever get a fucking visa to work in New Zealand.
Let's
after
start beef
that.
with him.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start a
Okay,
beef
so
with.
that's our second thing.
That's
yeah,
number
that's
two.
that's the second
Yeah.
thing to build publicity.
No,
First
not John
one is
Oliver.
who's that other fucking creep?
Jonathan Ross.
Jonathan Ross. And then John
John
Oliver.
Oliver.
Okay, I'm seeing
All
a
the
trend.
Johns?
It's
Johns.
beef. Beef is our only move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Campbell, he's a bit closer to home. Maybe we could use him to work
Start
out.
with
Did-
him.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what people are gonna say. They're gonna say they went after Jonathan Ross. They went
Yeah.
after John Oliver.
And they
Who's
couldn't get
next?
either?
Yeah.
they couldn't. They couldn't
get either of
and
them.
moved the needle nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they went after somebody. Do you know
So-
he knows a lot about like 80s rap?
Oh.
John Campbell.
John Campbell, who knows a ton. Like he knows a lot of 80s raps, and he knows
He's-
a lot about 80s rap.
He's also like a beloved
Yes, I
figure
know.
as well. Like,
John Campbell.
I've
Yeah.
never heard anything bad about him.
A
Yeah.
local TV personality.
Until now.
I don't know.
And
Have
now
you
you're-
seen him
from now
rap?
on, you're going to hear a lot of bad stuff
We're
about
here
him.
to change.
He's
that.
Now,
isn't he
people
retired?
used to. I feel like he used to
No.
be more controversial. People used to kind of hate him.
I know Patrick Goyer is
Gower?
like Gower. Sorry,
Paddy
Gower.
Gow?
he's
Paddy
like
Gower.
he's got like some weird news articles out about him.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, my.
Paddy.
Yeah, I've heard like mixed stuff about him, but
Talking about the news.
I always see him
Moving
around.
on.
Anyway, this is impenetrable unless you're New Zealander. I guess most of our audiences are New Zealanders, so yeah, fuck it.
I mean, our brand is impenetrable.
That's true. That's true.
Mm.
I was gonna say in terms of like publicity, I there's a streamer that I watch, and I was in their chat, and they had TTS on, like text to speech, where you can donate and you
Yeah.
can have a message, and I used like an AI voice thing to use TTS to play an ad for the podcast.
Wow.
that was spoken in Donald Trump and Joe Biden's voices, like talking back to each other like a podcast.
That's
Like
great.
About
over an
this
ad.
podcast?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That's great.
It was
The
like
Wait,
the
so you-
the biggest move I've done was to post a flyer of for this podcast in an international
and we
airport
got
overseas.
hundreds of thousands of downloads. from
Yeah, I
that.
wondered where all the people from Holland were coming.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not
Yeah,
where
that's
I put
probably
it.
where they came from. Yeah.
Yeah, that might make sense.
Yeah, no, for some
tracks.
reason, bots really want a taste of this pie.
If you're in Holland and you're listening to this right now, let us know if you saw this on the flyer.
Email
Yeah.
us at
I don't know if we have any.
Send a
Holland
message in the
listeners.
chat.
Fill out the survey. How did you find out about this podcast? A friend? A lover?
A bot?
A butt? What?
Oh.
A what?
A what?
I was just looking. I'm looking at our location breakdown to see if we've got any listeners.
Who's listening
Also,
right now?
do you know
Then
they
we
don't
do
call
not.
Holland anymore?
They from the Netherlands?
Yeah, because they decided
I did
to
know
settle,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, they settled on a specific name instead of
Okay.
the confusion that
It was
To be fair,
confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Netherlands.
never
And-
hear anybody say Holland for
No.
like the last
And-
very long time.
Yeah,
Also, the language is
Paul.
Dutch.
Yeah, it's
so
Dutch.
they speak Dutch in the Netherlands / Holland, which is like they should be called like Netherese or something like that. You know.
Hmm. Oh, actually, we have had we've had 6 downloads from the Netherlands.
Yay!
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Danke. No,
Huge,
that's probably the German part of Afrikaans.
huge.
This is so on the rails once the host starts looking at their phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what next? What next? It's
What
like you're doing an
else?
open
What
mic
else?
set.
Yeah. So
Can I, let me ask a question of the players and the DM.
oh yes.
Yeah.
Is there any choices or moves that you like wished you took a different route
Ooh.
on? Putting aside the fact that everyone's happy and joyous of where they have ended up.
Mm.
Okay.
Is there anything where you're like, oh, I wonder if I had done this instead, or that was a really dumbass move that I did.
That's a great question.
I've got it's really vague because I can't remember the specifics. But keeping in mind that this podcast
That was a Bass
seems to
Jump
be my
Comedy
D&D
original.
to speak to date, right? Somewhere,
It's
probably was at the
Kirk's.
start of this year. One day I did a whole bunch of stuff in the campaign and had to do a bunch of different maths and different rolls when I did different dice rolls. And then, like, immediately after we finished recording, I realized that I had not added up everything I had. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had benefits that I didn't even apply. And I was like, oh, and then I thought those were bad. And then I listened back to the episode and realized something else that I'd missed that I could have also used as an advantage. And I was like, come on.
To be fair,
but I was,
that's-
again, this is pretty new.
That's just like that never goes away. Like that's
No,
just D&D.
yeah,
like
yeah,
you always
yeah.
like you can't ever be like hyper locked in, especially when you're like role playing and being performative and stuff. Like,
Also, what do you mean? I usually come with caffeine and on my meds, and so I'm really attentive
yeah,
until I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah,
And
for
so I do
sure.
try. That's usually towards the end
Yeah.
of the recording session when I'm starting to like wane, and I'm just like, I don't know what just happened. What are we doing?
To be fair, that is like why I have always enjoyed and preferred DMing to playing, is because I just like having something going on like nonstop. Like there's literally never any time where I'm not having to like concentrate on something because
Right.
it's because any player action is involving me in some way.
There's also in the Sonic thing, I wish that we wrote down the specific instructions that we got from Cool Knick Knack at the
Right.
start of the maze when he said, go this direction and then this direction.
Oh.
Because I still don't know, but I'm pretty sure that I confidently gave Torben, who was tracking our movements, the wrong directions immediately. And that's why we were in the maze for so long. I'm pretty sure. I have to go listen back, but I'm
Torben's
pretty
giving
sure
a
it's all on
1,000-yard
me.
stare right now.
Yeah, it's just like,
That,
Wait
it just
a
hurts to think
moment.
about.
Don't take us back to the maze.
That's fine. Whatever
That was
happened
the
in
last
the maze,
visit.
that's
PTSD.
fine.
last visit.
Yeah.
Breathe that away.
You need to send me a video of me eating the
I
clean
sent
rice.
it in the chat.
Where?
In the group chat.
I can't find it.
But also, you have to
They can take a while
answer
to load.
your regret.
Yeah, answer the question, Torben.
What
Stop dodging.
my biggest regret? I cast Phantasmal Force on something that doesn't have a
Oh.
brain.
That was
It was a
pretty
ghost
funny.
or something,
Yeah,
right? Or it was undead, yeah.
the undead skeleton thing.
That sucked.
It was
That was
like-
my level 3 spell. Or level 2 spell.
Yeah, I think I probably
And you
cut it
wasted
out.
it.
But you were really like, there was a lot of discussion around whether or not you should even do it. And
Yeah.
you were like running through what it wasn't effective on. It was like
Yeah.
constructs,
Undead.
undead,
Yeah.
and stuff.
I was like, I don't
And-
know, it's a tree thing. Like, I'll give it a go. And it didn't work
Yeah.
out.
But I also
I think I was confused at the
I
time about
really-
that too. But I was like, okay, you seem to know what's happening.
That was early on, right? Because
Yeah.
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
reminiscent.
The
But it's a-
fight in the village.
Yeah.
I was like really, I put emphasis as well. I was like, yeah, it's a dead skeleton plant monster.
Right.
And I think you didn't hear my emphasis on dead
Okay.
skeleton.
Yeah.
Um,
I just heard like plant monster maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
but no, it's definitely undead.
How
Okay.
much of that is your job of
Yeah.
like knowing when they ask, immediately knowing there's no way,
You're going
but
down the
then
wrong
being like,
route,
I'll
baby.
give you the option.
There's hard. So sometimes it's easier because, like, in that case, I've got a stat block. I'm looking at the stats. I've got it written there. Creature type undead. He's saying ineffective, on undead. I'm like, buttoned up. This is rules as written. This is just not gonna work.
You're like, Torben, I want to try and get you to notice that I'm trying to get you not to do the thing that you're trying to do, Torben. Torben? Hello, Torben.
But also, it's like those touching the stove and like making those mistakes is like a big part of the fun. And like so you can't. I don't know. It's like, I'm not gonna be super obvious with hints most of the time, but
Yeah. And it's fine for it to not work. Like
yeah,
my
it's-
character doesn't though. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and also yeah,
That's what
it's
my
like
character would do.
an unoptimized
You're giving things a
move.
try.
Huh?
Giving something a try.
Giving something the good
No,
old Kiwi
being a failure.
being a
Yeah,
failure.
being a loser.
Also, like I do this every time I play D&D. When I play a wizard or any spellcaster, I choose like what I think is interesting spells, and then so often in combat, I'll look down at my 7 spells and I'll be like, none of these are good here.
Yeah,
None of these do anything.
It's
Like,
like-
why did I do this?
So frustrated.
it's like a balance of like.
I should have taken like the fireball and the etc. Yeah.
I feel like you always want to have, and sometimes this will bite you anyway, but I feel like you always want to have like one generic damage dealing spell that'll just always be helpful in combat. Grazie.
I mean, I got Eldritch Blast, but
yeah,
sometimes you get a bit sick of Eldritch Blasting.
yeah, no, that's
You know?
true.
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
true.
There's nothing wrong with like a few Eldritch Blasts, but
Yeah. But for a while, it was very Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast.
I do remember. Yes,
Yeah, you
they
remember.
felt like your catchphrase.
Yeah.
First blast.
yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like every D&D podcast, that's the warlock. What's all they do? Every D&D warlock, every warlock. Yeah.
You've always got your thing, and it's also I feel like it's fine to just have some stuff that you just because that just helps speed through the combat as well. If you just like
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast, bang,
Blast,
done
bang.
it. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
But
Skip, pass. Eldritch Blast, go.
We need to find out.
Oh,
your,
my-
Oh yeah, what's your
regrets?
biggest
Regrets, yeah.
regret?
Oh yeah, true.
In life.
Yeah, in life. Wow.
What's
Funny.
the worst thing you've ever done?
Worst thing I've ever done? Well, one time as
Biggest
party.
mistake.
No, I. Well, I guess.
Did you talk to Campbell? What's his name? John
Campbell?
John Campbell.
We aren't talking to him.
I will say like I do kind of regret the face paint thing.
Ah,
know
there
maybe
it is.
that's
Tom,
what it
Tom,
is.
there it is.
Apology incoming.
I think it's funny, and I kind of even at the time knew that it would be funny. You guys like ragging on me and stuff, and so I don't really regret all of that. But I think
Yeah.
like, I think it is. You never want to take something away that you give, but it was funny, so I don't really
That's-
regret that.
That's really big of you to admit that.
Yeah, it gave us a lot of material over time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was like an actual. Oh, I guess losing that episode sucked.
Did we lose an episode?
We did lose an episode.
Which
Oh,
one? Was it a
yeah.
campaign one? Oh, it was, and we had to do it.
Yeah.
And
We
we
had
had to
to
record again.
do
In the
the
Underdark?
the episode
the
where
one we went inside the big dog
That's right.
or something.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
losing in the sense of production wise.
Yes,
Yeah.
production.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like I think the SD card got like corrupted or something, but
Damn.
that,
I like what we ended up with.
the episode was great in the end. But I'm sure there was I can't remember how the first episode went.
The original
but-
one was so much better.
So good.
No,
Insane.
I don't
Dude, it was
actually think it
crazy.
was.
No, the
Like,
ratings were through the roof. We
was
we
weird.
had
Oh,
a focus
yeah.
group come in.
Oh, they loved it. We
They
got
scored
a
it
sponsorship deal
so
just on
high.
that hit.
We were on
I'm so
fire.
Harry Fresh.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking it because just around that time, we'd done like a little chat with you, Joel, about being schmucky in the pod. And so with that in mind, we went into the re-record of that episode.
Yeah.
And that's why I stole that crown.
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
it was a dumb thing to do. And I'm like, this seems like a good, stupid thing to do. Let's
interesting.
steal
We still
this.
had that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what I was about to say before we asked Zed for his worst thing, and that's that we still have to do a sorting session of our bag of goodies. Of
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the
yeah.
first items
We'll take
and like work
inventory.
out how to deal with those and
Yeah.
so on.
We should do, there's an episode where we just like address all the like things in our bag, like
Yeah.
one by one. Just like
Yeah.
pull them out, be like, okay, what are we doing about this mask?
It's just like
What is
spring
this?
cleaning.
I know. Oh,
Yeah.
and the
Like, do anyone want it?
Yeah,
The
like, let's
postscript
be
thing.
honest. Nobody's looked at it so far, so are we really going to use this?
Yeah.
you know that
Throw in the
that
pile.
moment after we'd recorded the market in the Fae,
Yeah.
and Zeb was like, you know, there was an opportunity there for you guys to trade out some of your
That-
stuff.
yeah,
I'm
there
like,
was-
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It didn't even occur to me.
There was I can't remember.
But did we trade off the mask? I don't,
No, you
No.
guys
No,
didn't
no,
trade
no.
out anything.
No, we've still got all that stuff.
There was a.
we have it at least.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you could trade items for fortune, and
Yeah.
you guys didn't do that.
No, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Gain ourselves some fortune.
Yeah.
But hey, you guys just accumulated more trinkets.
Yeah.
And things.
I did really enjoy that whole marketplace. I don't know if it was the Fae. It was the one with... There was a marketplace. It was probably with Bic, I imagine.
Oh,
it
there
was
was
the
two,
one
yeah.
with
There was
the,
one at
the milk
Yeah, yellow
and,
seeds.
Yeah, that was
and
a
the
good
tankard
episode.
that you don't get drunk off.
That reminds me of that was the same episode where Torben, you had to like debate. You had to do, like, you guys each
that
had like little
sucked, yeah.
challenges that played into your strengths, and then Torben's one was he had to do like a male
Yeah.
debate.
Oh,
Against
yeah.
like this great upstanding kid,
Yeah.
and then I won.
Yeah, you
That
won
was
through
sucks,
like
yeah.
right wing.
Yeah, and you're like, what have I done?
Ideology.
Well done.
'Cause
That
you
may,
were
that may have been
standing
one
in
of the
middle.
best setups ever for an episode.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Put you on the spot.
doing a debate challenge.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that so much.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I was just cracking up just even trying to read my notes,
Yeah.
just knowing that you were gonna hate it so much.
I
hate it.
really enjoyed, and this is because this feels like the same thing I would have done. I think, Rachel, the first time you were at, like, presented with a marketplace purchase opportunity, and you were just trying to purchase things which were way outside your realm. Like, yeah, but does it have magical runes?
Oh
yeah,
that's
over
right.
and over
yeah.
again. I'm just wanting like
Yeah.
armor with runes, and I'm like, yeah, but this.
And I was
Like,
like,
there's no
and I was
idea.
thinking that's exactly what I would be doing right now.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, but where's the cool shit?
That
yeah,
is the
but what does it
classic.
do? Does it have hidden pockets?
That is like the classic, like, first time playing D&D
Mm.
thing where you're just like,
It's magic
yeah,
stuff.
but like, can I have my like level 20 Vorpal sword though? Actually,
and Zed is just like, no, it's just kind of brown leather.
It's just a thing. It's just clothes. Okay, calm down.
Well, it's head
well,
starts.
Yeah,
Huh?
but
Yeah,
with
but now
big
you've
wink,
got-
right?
you've got magic armor now. You've got
I do have
armor
magic
that
armor.
lets you disguise yourself,
Yeah, that's
or you
cool.
disguise as the armor as
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then we had that RPG one as well, where we were talking about the artificer, and again, my lack of D&D artifacts knowledge came in because I was like, yeah, but then he could like just make his own crystal ball, duh. And
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
no, Rachel.
Well, yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, that's the wonder of D&D. It's you can do whatever you
anything.
want. Yeah.
I do feel like that is almost like you could just lean hard into that as a character, and you're just like super confident about how the world works.
Yeah, like it must do this, duh.
You-
No,
You know what's never been done before in a D&D podcast that we should consider?
What?
Is, you know how like this is like a D&D party trope that happens sometimes, but sometimes the D&D party will decide they don't want to go adventuring anymore. They want to set up a business.
town?
Yeah. They want to start a business.
Oh,
they
no,
want to like
you want me
make
to-
some friends and stuff.
yeah, there,
You want me to
there's-
run like a sort of an economics,
No.
like a
No, no, no.
There is a
tycoon, like
campaign.
sim
I-
sort of thing
I've-
for you, Torben?
I want you to
That's
run
one online.
a normal D&D campaign, but then
with
we
like
just
macroeconomic themes
no,
and
but
like
then we go off and
sort of
we just do that.
geopolitics. You would like
Okay,
that?
okay.
No, it's,
I
it's
see what you're
better if
saying
you're
now.
fighting against it. And you're going, can we? How about? But this traveler comes in with this treasure map. And everyone's like, no, we're good.
Yeah, so
We've
what
really
he's
got to
doing is-
sort out inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he's selling
Ooh.
shares on if he finds the treasure.
You must answer my riddles
It's
three.
stock options.
What is inversely correlated with inflation and leads to stimulating job economy?
Capitalism.
the
wait.
Fed is going to cut the points by 25
Ooh,
basis.
25 basis points. Oh, a jumbo cut of 0.5, eh?
How will the markets react?
Yeah, no, I think I would hate that actually.
No, I really like this. I think we should do this.
No.
I think I could put my commerce degree to use, actually.
Yeah, Zed is actually interested in the economy, and he's explained stuff to me before, but I don't know. I just don't like it.
It's like a bit that I do that.
Wait,
it's
you do
not-
accounting, don't you?
No, I work at the IRD, but yeah, I do hate tax. I had a conversation with
love
my
tax.
flatmate a couple nights ago, and he was explaining to me how capital gains tax works, and it was like I was just throughout the conversation I realized like I don't care about finance at all. Like
We
this is
really,
just-
yeah.
like he's not like a boring speaker. I just don't care about.
We're in
finance.
dangerous territory because now I want to talk about
No,
capital
you
gains
baited
tax.
him.
but
Stop it.
We need to move on.
I've
I
already
think.
talked about it. I know I don't need to do it anymore.
IRD,
I had my one conversation about capital gains tax, and I'm good.
IRD is the Inland Revenue Department.
Department. It's
Yeah.
our taxes,
Oh, yeah, that's-
our IRS.
We have people
Except
from
that it's
Holland
better.
listening.
Oh,
Yeah.
they need
I don't
to
know.
know.
Famously
Yeah.
conservative.
Oh, also, Zed, make sure you add in that Tom material that you were going to put in post.
God,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
You
Yeah.
gotta put
Would
that.
you call him again?
And if there's not, please don't email in complaining about it, or do, because that's engagement, and we want that shit.
Yeah, but if you do email in, then please CC like who's that guy? Jonathan Ross. CC him
yeah.
in.
Tell him to go fuck himself for being such a creep.
Yeah, just tell him to go fuck himself.
Tell him,
in the email.
tell him to
Oh.
eat ass.
He's done bad things,
Tell,
probably. I don't know.
tell him to fucking act like season 1 of White Lotus and eat ass. You know what I mean?
What?
There's a scene in White Lotus season 1 where somebody eats ass.
Is it
Do they?
Saltburn of
And
you?
White Lotus?
Who
Yeah.
did that?
I can't remember.
I don't remember. Who,
In,
was
in
it
the last episode,
in the last
The
episode?
finale.
there's an ass eating scene. Yeah.
Was there?
Apparently, there's mentions of it in the Game of Thrones.
Oh,
because
was it-
Of the White Lotus? Is it for
of
season
ass
finale?
eating. No, I'm getting shorts. That's what's coming through on my YouTube feed. I don't understand exactly why. Like I've seen it, but it was a long time ago, relatively. And this is one guy who's like, yeah.
Whoever
and I'm
takes
like,
the
whoa,
throne gets to eat my ass.
Game of
What a
Thrones.
prize!
Who eats ass?
J.K. Rowling Twitter, White Lotus season 1. We're on the cutting edge of the topics that people want to talk about.
Yo,
right
the
now.
finale of
Oh.
Lost is crazy.
Oh,
Damn,
yo.
that's coming in my feed as well, and I don't know why. I'm like, I haven't even thought about Lost in so long, and I never finished watching it.
Who eats ass in the last episode?
And the first, the
gotta
fucking
know.
The
season.
guy who runs the restaurant, he gets like he's an alcohol, he gets drunk, and then the fucking his employee is eating his ass. Anyway,
Oh, I see.
we don't
Okay,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah, do you know that's a really damning indictment of the menu at that restaurant?
Yeah.
That's solid. That's pretty solid.
You're welcome.
Zing.
Yeah.
So the T-shirt for Torben, your merch, is obviously Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What about the rest of y'all?
Rachel.
Don't
what
talk
what
to
would
me.
the slogan be if you were selling your merch for
Oh,
your
I
character,
know.
Your thing, Zed?
Is that creature edible?
Oh yeah, I was thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Don't talk to me until I've eaten my goblin.
yeah.
If you're eating goblins, that's a real indictment on your restaurant.
I want some goblin brisket. I don't know. What would Tom's be? Something about the face paint situation?
Huh?
Nah, I feel
Or
like
something about,
What's like a
watch me do this sick kick
that-
flip.
like
There's got to be a
like-
cheesy T-shirt on Goblin, like Goblin Up Food or something. Like a cheesy, you know those cheesy
Goblin
T-shirts.
D's nuts, perhaps.
Oh, hate
Yeah,
it
that-
immediately.
yeah.
Tom
Mm-hmm.
Tom would be maybe I can see cool art of him with like the cup of hot cocoa from when he'd cast the sleep spell on those goblins.
Yeah.
Something like that, like a little bit of cup of cocoa, and like I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him with a
like all
mug
cozy.
full of mushrooms, and he's just like, just a little brew or something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Some
yeah.
homebrew,
It could
right?
just be
Homebrew.
it could be a mug. That could be the merch.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta hit all of the
Yeah.
demographics.
One of those ones where, like, when it's hot, it shows one picture. When it's cold, it shows another picture.
It's like a
Oh,
naked
it's him in
dick.
it's like a bathing suit sort of thing. Yeah.
And his, like, love heart boxes.
Oh, for
Knobbly
me,
knees.
I think it would be. I just thought it could be like it could be like a Bic apron. It could be like Bic,
Yeah.
and he's got like, and he's making up some linguine because he like makes he loves to
mean
make
pasta.
pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Something
was,
like that.
yeah, that
Right,
that episode was so rich that when I listened back to it, I couldn't understand how I wasn't getting the same sort of visuals as I got during that episode when we were doing it. Like, I could clearly see in my mind the whole tense situation with that guy who could only drink milk, you know,
Yeah.
and then all of us on that roof eating pasta. Like, it was so rich.
Yeah, that was a great,
That was a
Yeah.
nice, that was a nice
visual
moment.
tapestry.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, you were saying something.
Yeah, I'm old and these nuts. That's what Tom would say.
Nice.
Well, that would be Bradicus's t-shirt, maybe.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, I am old and these nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, that really reminds me.
That's a good apron as well. Just, just hands in a
Joel,
supportive area.
Joel, Torben, and myself were in a Christmas themed improv comedy show recently, and it was like a Christmas Carol, and Joel was Scrooge, and
Yeah.
did a great Scrooge.
That was great.
And
yeah.
there's a scene where, as Scrooge, he's doing a D's nuts joke to an orphan child,
Yeah.
and that was awesome.
This is the epitome of my career. Finally,
That was a
reached the zenith.
that was an incredible moment.
That was great.
Also, the best joke of the night. So I don't know what that says.
Well, is there anything else that we want to
Wait, Zed, did you give
talk about?
a t-shirt?
Yeah,
I know
merch.
you gave
I was
Bradicus,
thinking-
but
Yeah,
what
the
about,
Bic
what
I was
about a
thinking-
Zed brand?
I was
Or-
thinking Bic with like an apron on and
yeah.
like a chef's hat. He's like making some pasta or something, or maybe it's me. Oh, it could be something to do with me denying the fighting the court case of the face paint
Yeah.
situation.
As like, Your Honor.
That
Yeah.
actually would be a great.
That's
God,
a
this is
sketch.
so fucking stupid. But I'm just thinking of that meme template where he's taking the clown makeup off.
Yeah.
And it's like it's something along those lines, and then the last frame is just like the face paint's all back on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the big apron would be good merch.
How about you've got Bic. He's bending over a bowl of spaghetti or a potion, and he's like looking back behind him at the viewer of the t-shirt, and underneath it says, "Uh-oh, I've Bic off more than I could chew." And he's kind of got his finger up to his mouth, like doing this, like
That's
of a-
good. That's good. I like that.
kind of a sensual.
Kind of
T-shirt.
making him, kind of a cute,
Yeah.
sensual sort of goblin. He is
Yeah.
hot too.
He's a cheeky goblin.
He's cheeky.
It is
yeah.
funny how
Well,
much
hang on,
Tom
Bic
hates
and-
Bic.
What's his brother?
Oh, Gert.
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 You know
Right,
how?
because Gert's the hotter one.
Gert.
Well, he's
Well,
hot,
they're
but he's
both,
actually
they're
ugly.
twins.
I
They're
know
both
they're twins,
hot.
but
Are they
objectively, Gert is hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm-
Gert has the whole like kind of aesthetic to go with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas Bic is
Bic's-
much more goblin-y.
It's more of a Jeremy Allen White, and
Yeah,
Gert's more
yeah,
of a like
yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Joel, what about you?
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh.
Super producer Joel
Oh.
on the horn.
I've got one for you, John.
And
Okay,
you with like a
please.
flip
You're gonna
phone.
like this. You know how there's those hentai hoodies that have like the face on it.
A
That's
Hagar?
good.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but it's your face.
That's really good.
What is the reference
That's hot.
to?
That's actually really hot.
I don't know.
I think we could get.
I mean,
some
I'm
serious
all
cash.
for it.
Yeah, I think
hoping for some
I just think it would
context.
sell.
Look forward to that in 2025, everybody.
Joel Ahego hoodie.
Yeah, Joel.
I'm doing the peace signs with both my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the tongue out.
We
yeah.
get dice, and the 20 is like a little, like it's you doing the Ahego face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Do that.
that's not bad. Cut that out if we use this.
Okay, well, is there anything else anybody wants to say before we wrap up the pod for 2024?
Have we done anything? We may have already done this, so. But I was just wondering, has anyone done anything in regards to like future thoughts of where it's going, the next campaign or
Oh,
stuff
we
like
did
that?
We
do
touched
one.
on it at
Okay.
the last wrap up, but we could do a quick like lightning round, like things that people are looking forward to in the next
or maybe
campaign
things
arc.
like
I was-
you're wanting to see for your character.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
I don't know.
We
It's
have
just
done that, but
Okay,
like,
okay.
because there was, Christmas party season, yay. I was trying to explain high level. No, it was actually to my dad, who I'm trying to get to listen to us on Spotify. I'm like, come on,
Please, we need
and
the
trying to
numbers.
explain it, but I couldn't remember. Are we going to the Ambervines to get Eula? Because we were already going there.
There's
no?
a bunch of reasons to be in the Ambervines.
Yeah, because there's
so
the Hunters Guild. So I was like, but I couldn't remember what about them was making us go there.
The Hunters Guild, there's not necessarily anything
Their
about the Hunters Guild
initiation.
making you go there, but the initiation, it's happening at the same time that you're
Yeah.
there. You also, your main motivation to want to go
I know.
there is to kill Euler, but the main, like, I guess, team reason to go there is to find the, there's a specialist from the university who studies ancient civilizations who's studying in the Ambervines.
Right.
And
And
so
we heard about him from
so
Shoshana.
They're
yeah,
gonna tell us
so you're
about the
taking
orb.
him there to translate the text that you found and to
And the big
examine the
dog.
orb and stuff like that.
in the
yeah.
Underdark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have the orb though, do we?
Sorry,
No,
you don't.
the
You
orb-
don't have
the
the
orb is
orb, but
lost,
you
apparently.
wanted
Yeah.
get some ideas on all of that.
The
Ooh.
guy with the resurrection symbol, he's got the orb. Well, not the resurrection symbol, but the healing wizard. He's got it.
That whole thing that we realized that one
Yeah.
time.
That was a mind blowing moment.
Yeah, it
That was
was.
good.
Oh, you're welcome. I remember I realized it, but I don't remember what it was. But like the necromancer.
Yeah.
The necromancers do not do healing. And
Yeah,
yet
wizards
this guy
can't heal.
did. And then, it was him who had the orb. Oh, that was such a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited for. I think next arc, a lot of some of that kind of more mystery elements of things is gonna click into place and be revealed.
Nice.
That's my favorite content.
Do you have like a grand sort of like structure thoughts for this? Like I'm thinking,
Yeah.
like, would you be looking at this as thinking like this is the second act of a trilogy?
I do. I think of it. I kind of the way that I DM, and then especially for like a performative podcast, I kind of think of it as like having tons of different like narrative structures layered on top of each other. Because obviously, you're kind of building the bridge in front of you as you go. Because like I don't know what you guys are going to do every episode. I have ideas and like I'm prepping episode by episode. And but then, so there's like that level of it. But then there's also the level of it where I know big picture a lot about the history of this world and like what's all going on around in the world as you guys are doing your stuff, and like ideas, from like an aesthetic point of view, and like how, kind of a lot of that big picture stuff that's like somewhat unaffected by what you guys do because that's like bigger than your characters. But then I also have these like kind of catalysts that are like floating around you guys that I'm thinking like are going to if and when you interact with certain things will propel certain elements of the narrative forwards in certain ways. So like
What's an example?
Instigating events.
yeah, so like an example would be like an example of like the very first episode, you guys have that fight in the bar with Sadie, and you like injure her greatly, but you like leave her alive, and so
And then
that
we rescue her.
yeah, and so those two things like, but that creates a character that is like significant to the plot all of a sudden because
Yeah.
of like the things that you've done, and there's other stuff like that. You know, I guess like a theoretical thing is like if you have a run-in with like a bigger villain or something, and they have a significant impact on your guys's, like, you know, maybe they kill someone close to you or something, suddenly that draws a lot of like narrative energy and focus to that character because they're
Yeah.
now very significant to you guys. So like I guess I kind of think of it as like electrons in this like world where you guys are like moving through it, and I've
Whoa.
planned a lot of stuff, but then what you guys interact with in what ways will like draw a lot of, you know, energy and momentum into a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Friggin' zen.
And then
Yeah.
there's also like an element of like let's just get more nerdy. Neurochemicals hanging around synapses in the brain, right? Where like you've got plot points that you're ready to like unleash upon us, and we go nowhere near those, so they just get absorbed away, like, you know, they get
the
sucked up
spiritual
like little-
energy back into the world.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
it's kind of there's got to be an element of letting things go for you as well, because you've got to be like, well, we're not doing that now.
A little. There's also like something that I think is the hardest part about, and I think this is like for just writing in general, but I think it particularly with like D&D like campaigns, is that there's so much going on. It sometimes it can be quite hard to keep track of, like if you bring something up, it can be quite hard to keep track of what things would be disappointing, what things really demand being resolved, because like if something comes up as like this tease, as like a mystery, it's like, oh, that must be significant. If that never came up again, it would be kind of like, oh no, that like what happened, you know? It's like with the
Yeah.
Game of Thrones finale or whatever, like
Yeah.
Stop.
so much stuff that like wasn't resolved, it's like really disappointing. So it's like hard to, because there's so many elements,
Yeah.
it's sometimes really hard to keep track of like,
Yeah.
okay, these things really do have to come back and be resolved, these things not so much, like
That's always good when your
Yeah.
players are like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen with this, or like, oh, nothing like happened with this thing. I wonder
Yeah.
what if
Yeah,
it's gonna
yeah.
come into play.
And
Then
even
as a
some-
DM, you're like, shit.
yeah, it's like listening
Yeah.
skills.
Or we like return to it in like a post-mortem chat, you know, and we go,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
whatever happened to that thing that we never got to explore? And you can be like, oh, well, this is what your options were, and this is what could have happened. And
Well, it's like the tomb
Yeah.
with the, you know, the like jackal shaped tomb and like all like stuff like that. It's like that kind of, you know, it's like that kind of needs an answer to it, because it's like
Yeah,
there's
like,
a whole
what was up with
episode,
that? Like-
whole episodes around
and
that.
we
and
were
stuff.
speculating so wildly in that episode. We were
Yeah,
just all like,
yeah.
could it be this? Could it be this? And you're just like, do. Just let us go.
Yeah, that's hard actually. Like
Yeah.
just listening to you guys talk, and so, you know, sometimes you're quite getting close, and sometimes not, and just having to be like quiet because I think about this stuff so much, but I can't talk about it with anyone really.
It
You're doing a
feels
good
like
job.
it feels
Thank
like
you.
when you have either like created something that you really just are proud of, like in the sense of the thing that makes sense for me is like you've written like a really funny sketch or something.
Yeah.
But you also know that you're going to like pitch it on a certain day to people,
Yeah.
but you're like, I just want to show people like I just need to show
Yeah.
someone right now
Yeah.
Get it out.
and get that immediate feedback.
Yeah.
But you're, I've got to wait a week for this. It sort of, or like when you buy someone a really good gift.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't want to wait until their birthday.
Yeah.
I need to get the credit.
It is like an
Yeah.
energy inside you, like that's like consuming almost.
Yeah, it's impatient.
Yeah, I am really excited to record to like do the next arc. I think it'll be really fun.
I'm excited to too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked for it. Yeah.
I've had stuff planned for that for ages.
We've used a lot of filler.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot.
Well, yeah, that's the. It's just it's been a
What?
For what reason?
You mean the Reddit RPG horror stories wasn't planned?
yeah. Yeah, that shit's our main content.
Hey, that's good
we do.
content.
It's good content.
I mean, with two sort of mini series in there with Sonic and with the second Inspector set. So like,
We've picked
Yeah.
up so many fans from the Sonic side of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You're going to be real disappointed when we go back to the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure to keep Sonic in there somehow.
yeah.
yeah, 100%.
I do have a lot
Oh.
of fun with my son when I was trying to explain to him that Silken Web is a character that I do. Because I do the voice to him and he's like, what? That's not you. And I'm like, no, that's Silken Web. He's like, no, but you're mommy.
That's cute.
yeah, that's fun.
Well,
He's still young for the campaign.
So just
yes.
before we wrap up, I've got, and I know I fucked around so much in the first part of this, but I have so many questions now.
Yeah.
But so
Hit
let's
us.
have this as a clean area where you can cut out if you need to just move on to
Yeah.
wrapping this.
This is
Okay.
just bonus content
Yes.
for talking for
This
fun.
is for the real heads.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
This is the
Cool.
bonus episode podcast.
Get ready.
And I'm this is the bosode, the bonus sode. I'm just gonna give out the questions that are on my mind because I'll probably forget them. Because
Yes.
I've drunk
Yeah.
like half a glass.
You drank a lot of
port.
freaking
Well,
port just now.
yeah.
That's
One of
nailed me.
you had two questions that you wanted to address.
Okay, so I've forgotten the one that I originally brought up, but here's what I have. One is Zed. Has there been anything that has happened in the campaign, which everything went in a whole different route, and you had to just put that aside and forget about it, and that you can talk about because you know that it's very unlikely you would come back to that.
Oh, like like stuff that I like notes that I had to just kind of like ignore.
Yeah,
'cause-
like something where like this would be fun if we got to this, and then it just went in a whole different direction. Is there something like that, or anything along those lines? Second one for you is: do you ever plan stuff in the sense of, like, I know that it's going to probably come down to them having to make some decisions around here. And if they go this route, I'm going to plan this. And if they go this route, I'll give them this. Do you do anything like that?
definitely, yeah. And
Hold on. And before we get
yes.
to that, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I can't remember the other one.
I need to call my mum.
That's all right, I'll put the question to you, Rachel, and you can give it
Uh-huh.
back to Torment. It was, what was it? It was a player question.
so unprofessional.
Oh, no, I think it was your favorite NPCs.
Oh,
Ah.
that's a really good question.
Well, I can answer the previous question while you
Yes.
think about favorite NPCs. There's definitely times where I have like forks. I'll plan forks. If it's big stuff. If it's like, yeah, this is gonna be a big thing that's gonna happen, and I don't fucking know what's gonna happen after that, I think I'll try to time that for the end of the episode so that I've got like a week to think and write and prepare for whatever happens after that. And then in terms of like sort of in the moment stuff, there's definitely sometimes there's like NPCs that you don't interact with that I've fleshed out. Sometimes most often it'll happen for things like carnival games or towns or stuff like that where I'll plan a fuckload of stuff because I'll just have heaps of ideas. And then I'm just like, yeah, this is way more than we would have time to do. But, you know, they can just... It doesn't matter because it's, you know, whatever. Like... but I think the biggest thing for me in terms of like lost stuff is when I'm kind of planning out the broad strokes of like an arc or like a setting, and I'm like thinking of ideas of stuff that I think would be really fun, and some of it just doesn't have anything to do with the momentum of the plot, and I'm like, there's so much that I would want to do in this arc, but, you know, I don't want this to go on for like 30 episodes. So I have to ditch this. Like, I had a couple ideas for stuff to do, for things that I thought it would be fun to do on the way to the Amber Vines. And I was like, each of these ideas is like 2 episodes. And I don't want this campaign to go on for like 5 years or whatever. So like,
Come on.
so like, cause I had an idea for something with there's the valley that Yellow Seed is in is called the Valley of the Sleepwalker, and that's because there's this at night there's like a giant, basically like a giant spirit that like wanders the valley.
Oh.
And I had an idea to do something with that. I also had an idea at the time. I was watching a lot of like the Alien movies, and also a lot of
Okay.
slashers and a lot of Stranger Things. And I was like, I still think I would be cool to find a way to do this, but I really wanted to do a like a slasher style like
Yeah.
mini thing with like an alien, like you guys in like a maze trying to get out while
Maze? We don't use that word.
Yeah, but it's in a Sonic maze. That's fucked up.
but
Would you just add you were reading it. You could have added an alien and we wouldn't know.
that's so true.
That was your moment.
And so we kind of a tiny bit of that itch got scratched by doing the Underdark spider
yeah.
forest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was super fun. But that was very, very different vibes to kind of the original idea that I had.
Geographically, I was thinking about this 20 minutes ago about how you'd said that the Ambervines and Yellow Seed are in the same valley, just far apart.
No,
Yep.
no.
Yes, you did.
No,
Yep,
the
you did. You said that. And so what I want to understand
I don't think I
is
ever said that.
What,
You might have
what
misheard
a better
me,
term
but
for that is, like a basin or a plain or something.
No,
like,
they're
to
not-
be as broad as that.
they're not.
Are you Jonathan Rossing Rachel right now?
Stop it.
So the geography is there's the Valley of the Sleepwalker is like a valley, kind of in the in the west.
Listeners,
And
weigh in.
And then the Ambervine is this massive sprawling jungle that takes up like a massive chunk of the continent. So that so what I might have said that you may have misinterpreted, within the Ambervine is valleys and mountains, and like it's like the size of, it's like a massive sprawling jungle. Yeah.
I know what I heard. I could be wrong. It's
Zed
happened
is
before,
sweating
but I
so much right
suspect-
now.
I'm actually pretty calm.
80%.
I have a very locked down idea in my head of the geography of this area.
I wouldn't be able to like I have like fliterations of the idea of like, ooh, DMing a thing, even though I don't know how to do it, but the idea of creating a world. But there's also, then when I hear you talk about stuff like that, like, geography's boring.
There's
I
also
can't
different
get
ways to do it.
Also, coming from a culture that reads left to right, this journey overall for me has been very west to east. Like in my mind,
What?
I'm
What?
like, there's like I've come from like a city or somewhere where I was bodyguarding, and then I've come east to Yellow Seed, then more like sort of northwest because of the underground whole situation,
thought
and
it
then
was
popped up and then gone more east. That towards the Ambervines.
I thought we
That's
were
how
going
it
northeast.
kind of.
You guys actually
As in my
have
brain.
gone west to east, pretty much.
What? Yeah, go
you're
Brain.
actually you're not wrong. So like you guys, but in a roundabout way, like you guys basically spent the first like 20 episodes in the same area and then traveled east to get to
Yeah.
the jungle.
Yeah.
But
I
like
was flashing back even further west because of like my origin story.
yeah.
Oh, it's-
Well,
it-
that you might be not correct with that. I think the city that you came from is probably more north. It doesn't, but also it doesn't. None of this matters.
But funny
Like,
because
to
I
the
was
audience, this
picturing
doesn't
the
matter at all.
university as being more north. So that's
The
interesting.
university is more north, yeah.
This really feels like
That's nuts.
this really
Okay.
feels like you need to draw a map
Yeah,
for
it-
the audience.
excuse
I
me,
have,
we need
yeah.
maps.
Well, the thing is with a
That's
map,
what goes on a t-shirt.
like
Joel.
I said, when I said that I have the geography like locked down, I have the broad sections pretty locked down. But in terms of like drawing a map, I don't necessarily want to lock in parts that I might want to.
Yeah, but importantly,
change,
when it's
you
drawn
know,
out, it has to look
before-
like boobs.
Change.
Before
What
they-
kind of fuckery is this?
Well, like
That's
because
the
before you
punchline.
go to a place, it's kind of like I feel like there's if you want to think of the map as like fog of war, wherever you guys haven't been,
We can't
it's-
see.
So it's like
Yeah.
well, it's not that you can't see, but it's just like it's fuzzy. It's just like it's not developed. Whereas the areas you have been are like really
Clearly
like
defined.
high detail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. How about this as a pitch?
Uh-huh.
Just to justify you creating a map.
I do want to
Is-
make it. I love making maps.
So let's give them through the magic of producer god powers. Let's give the party a familiar, which is like a little creature that does orienteering.
Yeah.
And it's the first cartographer
Okay.
ever in the world.
I
And
do.
so
Photographers exist.
Oh,
it's
so like
more
early
of a-
maps where everything's kind of like
Yeah.
So
weird
all
shaped
the-
anyway. And
exactly.
Not
All they
right.
have is a parchment scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as you go on your journey, this
Yeah.
this character is putting it together.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's
And
kind of
this
like
character
general
is
area
Zed.
of this. And this
It's it.
Yeah.
It's got to be an otter, and it's got to be wearing a little safari hat at all times.
Yeah.
And
Just
a
put in your
monocle.
request now
I
because this
gave
will
you guys.
happen.
You guys have a familiar. You have Winnie the Wind Ram. You got a big. You got a flying.
Is he with
you
us?
have
That familiar's lame.
Oh, we just got him.
And
Yeah.
we've
You've
got,
got like Appa
oh,
basically.
who's our skeleton guy?
Skeleton here, guy.
Oh yeah, that's true. Gary.
But
Does he have
every-
hands?
No.
We need,
It's just
we
a
need
head.
three,
Sorry, I
right?
forgot.
Huh?
Because they have like Momo and Appa in Avatar.
Yeah.
Do they have a third one? They do, right?
Oh well,
Don't they get a
Sokka
third
gets
one?
an eagle at one point. It's like a messenger hawk.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't really
Interesting.
count. Yeah.
Hey, so yeah, so
And-
that means we need a third because there are 3 adventurers
Yeah, you're
and
right.
only 2 familiars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. That makes sense.
That's
I
that's
need
too many
An
familiars.
otter. Not an otter, but like
Too many
a...
voices to do.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's
No,
too
I
much
think
to keep track
otters-
of.
But like again, top hat and
You won't
monocle.
take
No,
care
no,
of your
okay.
familiars. Is the thing. You,
I've got
you
an idea.
I swear.
You'll forget about them. It'll be
No.
like 10 episodes, and people will be like, "What happened to Gary the head? He hasn't spoken in like this whole last 10 episodes."
No, what we need, bring the rat guy back, and then he can
The rat
he
guy.
can come with us.
Well,
and
he is a navigator of sorts. A guide.
yeah, he's
wasn't he?
looking for his daughter.
He can be your cool knack Nick.
Ooh,
That
she's
says,
also
like-
off to join the
Anyway,
Hunters
I
Guild
think
for some
we've been
reason.
recording
But
for
wait,
probably
Sid.
way longer than
Joel
45
asked
minutes
us a
at this
question.
point.
That's
which
right.
Was,
What are we at,
what
Joel?
were
And
our
we can
favorite
cut all of
NPCs?
this, but
What?
I need to
NPCs?
know.
For me.
Yeah.
I need to
That's
know.
big.
Yeah, I was thinking
Okay,
Bick.
everybody
because
final-
I have a contract with Bick that if I don't eat him and he doesn't also betray me or something in a year, then we'll be friends or something.
Did I say big? I meant rat guy. He's my favorite NPC.
Yeah, rat guy.
When are you
can't
bringing
remember
him
his name.
back?
Root. Who knows? Jesus, Dwarven.
I
is scaring
did
me.
kind of like Moth Woman.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Mrs.
I miss-
Cranberry?
She was cool. Yeah, Mrs. Cranberry's roseberry bushes.
Was it Mrs. Cran? Yeah,
Mrs. Cranberry.
She was cute.
Yeah.
This was the question
Joel,
in regards-
question, and
yes.
then what we
Yeah.
should definitely wrap up. 'cause
Yes, this
it's-
was
Yeah,
the question in
okay.
regards to
Way over
NPCs.
time.
Actually, it's 2 questions now. Also, okay, here's that's an edit point. You can edit if you need to.
Yeah.
Zed, you can find that.
That
Wait.
was all the
Again,
bonus
still
content.
work for me,
Oh,
right?
shit, it was
still
all about- I
work to
forgot.
edit
Not
it
if
out.
it's no,
is
if you're
bonus
editing
2.
one thing, you can just edit the entire section. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Put this
Alright.
in a future
Okay.
podcast.
Yeah, we'll just
So-
shut up and he'll say,
Keep it holiday
bonus
ambiguous.
content 1,
Yes.
bonus
Again,
content 2.
this is making it harder. Go on, Joel.
Okay, so 2 questions for you two, and also piggybacking off what you just said about since we're making
So-
requests.
More than one question, right? So
Yeah.
3 total.
No, one's a
huh?
request.
I do have
yeah.
a dinner
So,
to get to.
is there
after
any
this.
spells which are like spells of resurrection of some sort?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the name of them?
What's the
necromancer
name?
one?
of
Resurrection.
The individual.
Yeah.
Revivify, True Resurrection, Raise Dead.
Okay, to resurrection.
Yeah.
To resurrection. Okay, so
True resurrection.
I kind of gave away my hand,
Okay.
but so I say, can we rename this to resurrection?
True Resurrection.
And it raises someone up, but with way more charisma, and they're cooler.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
Rude.
Okay, canon.
Yeah.
For you two as players, what I'm interested in. One was which you've kind of already done.
Did
which
you just
was,
remove an extremely powerful spell from the game? Or Oh,
I
no,
made
it's
it
still there,
better.
yeah.
It also doesn't bring anyone back to life. It just makes them
Oh,
cooler.
it just makes them
just
makes
dead
them
and cool.
Yeah.
Oh, they just look real suave,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
dead.
Okay,
They-
cool.
If
they
somebody's
get tuxedo.
reputation
Yeah.
gets tarnished by something embarrassing, you can do true resurrection.
If you
and bring
die
it
by
back.
losing your pants.
It's Gary the Head, but he's just got a cool haircut now.
Yeah.
Sorry, question.
So, first question, which you partially answered, was favorite NPCs. So you can continue that. But the other question is, as players, but also performers, has there been any interesting takeaways in terms of having to balance the whole I'm doing D&D and I'm trying to crush Zed, but also I'm trying to make this entertaining.
Yeah, because during combat, I find the struggle personally is when is Rachel talking and when is Silk and Webb talking. I'm trying to balance that all the time, because whenever Silk Webb is talking, then that's me providing the entertainment because I'm in character. But when we're out of combat and we're doing little side adventures or markets or conversations with people, that's when I think we can just dig for the obscure choices that are less about life and death and survival and more about how can we mess this up and also play with the plans that our DM has for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And to answer your question, for me, I'd say I don't have a problem with it.
You're gonna say that.
And the reason is because you give us comedy advice on schmucking, which is making bad decisions, and I feel like I do that anyway. So I feel like it just
Agreed.
all lines up perfectly.
I think I saved my schmucking for real life. Also, NPC wise,
As
I think it was because it was their first question, which we both did answer, but
Bick,
also,
great guy.
yeah, but we love Bick. But the guy with his dad.
Oh, I forgot about that guy. I do fucking love
Oh,
that NPC.
Dan
the guy
in the
whose dad's a
tree.
tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
My dad's a fucking tree.
Yeah, he's good.
that guy.
My dad's a goddamn tree. I got to take care of my daddy's
I'm
goddamn
pissed.
tree. I'm
And he
pissed
gave us
about it.
cold soup to take with us.
Yeah, cold
yeah.
soup.
Yeah, he was like a nice old man, you know.
Yeah, and he had so many kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and one of them is in the Amber Vine.
I fucking knocked all
Of
those
course
kids
they
out.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
a
you did.
highly efficient spell.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I'm looking forward to you guys knocking out his other kid in the Amber Vine. But
As needed.
shall we finish up by saying a Merry Christmas to all the dads out there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merry
Christmas,
dads.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
Huh?
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas on the bottom of my heart.
What?
My dad's a
Beautiful.
fucking tree.
No more
My
Feliz
dad's a
Navidad,
fucking
woman.
That was a Bass Jump Comedy original. It's cooked.